Yeah, he's being propped up by 7 Skynets now.
Yeah, of course he is.
Hey guys, I just heard that Yanfly died.
Really?
Yeah,
Oh,
Like
shit,
right now.
man.
I heard he choked. I heard he choked on a plugin. I mean, he stopped making stuff a while ago, right?
Uh,
Alright, let's see if this
Oh,
shit
God.
works, because allegedly we're live, but we'll see what happens.
I will check.
Post a link.
Fuck.
Where would I see that?
Oh, I should probably
Probably
move
on
the
the-
Skype window for not using it. There we go. Oh, I can't move the Skype window because then that moves where OBS is monitoring. Yep, nope, I'm an idiot. But we already all knew that.
mm-hmm.
So, is it live?
It seems to be, or no, it says it's waiting. It
It's
says
waiting?
we're waiting for
Well,
you.
I'm waiting
We're
too.
waiting.
Because I'm here, I'm streaming. Check my channel, see if
Mhm.
it's just streaming as like a stream.
Well, it shows nothing on your channel.
Yeah, I don't see
Maybe it's
anything on
still
the channel.
loading.
It could still be buffering, yeah.
Cody, what's your internet like?
It's pretty good. I actually have the laptop plugged into the damn router, so should be good.
Yeah, so there's only gonna be 7 minutes of lag.
What? Oh, hey, I see it. rpgmg podcast live.
And does it have video?
It says it's an upcoming event.
But it can't be upcoming if it's happening right now.
It says
Hold
live
on.
chat. Hold on, I
Oh,
have the
wait.
sound turned down.
Hold on, it says it's going to be happening at 6 p.m.
May 24th.
Which
6
is
p.m.
like 2 minutes ago.
Okay.
It says waiting for Maho Studio.
But I'm here and I'm streaming.
Okay, does it say that it's recording live? Does OBS say it's going to the channel?
You know what's funny is I go to stream now and it says stream health yellow and it's loading up the stream. And it shows
I
the
thought
stream.
you tested this, Cody.
I did test it and I'm looking at it right now. I'm going to delete this event cuz this is stupid and it sucks.
Oh, but I'm live chatting.
Are you now?
No one. It's been just me. I was like, will this pop up? Can you see the live chat?
Let's find out. Okay,
Oh,
so this
Yeah, no, we're chatting.
this is it says live now. It says live now. It says one watching now. Please tell me for the love of God that it works.
It's
still
live.
says-
This one works.
Okay. I don't see anything in this live chat. Maybe I need to go to this live chat because I'm.
Wait. I'm going to type something. Okay.
Jesus
You
Christ.
see anything there?
I saw you typing in the live chat. I don't know what you were on before, but I saw you like just saying sorry about everything.
Well, no. Check the other live chat you just sent to us, Cody.
Okay. I'm there. I'm looking.
Is there anything?
It's loading.
Ugh.
We are the best. There we go.
Yeah.
Off the
These-
foof. Off the foof. That's great, Carbonic. Thank you.
I was just.
Oh,
doing
hey,
it
I
as a
see
test.
us, I guess. Kind of.
Yay.
Okay, this one
Skype within
works.
Skype.
This one works.
Amazing.
This video is listed? No, let's public. Public. There we go.
Oh, maybe that was the problem.
Jesus Christ.
Okie dokie.
Now I'm curious if the event and this are the same, or if I have a live event that doesn't exist, and then I have this.
I don't know.
for some-
Just link it to RPG Maker General.
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 I just told him to go to the channel because that seems to be the best way. Just like go to the channel and make up for my awful, terrible mistakes.
Giru.
Okay, yeah. Now I see it on the channel.
Fucking amazing. It really is 7 minutes of lag.
Wow,
Oh, jeez.
Robin. Okay, but we have a stream.
Holy shit! Yeah, I just got that.
It's a
When did you
stream.
Are we?
Okay.
Good thing I didn't post a link, or I'd just be like, oh god, now I have to edit Twitter and Tumblr and all this shit. I just told them all to go to the YouTube channel. Thank God for that.
You can probably post this link now.
I'd get banned for advertisement. I'm just telling them to go to the channel, whatever. They can deal with it.
Well.
Yep. I need to go look at this event. Like, what the hell's going on with this event? Or maybe we should start. Like, while I'm figuring this out, maybe y'all should start.
Yeah.
Hello,
like, 'cause
everybody.
I have to go in a little bit, so yeah.
Okay.
Or wait, well, there's no one watching right now.
All right. Well, we're gonna try anyway. Hello, everyone, and
Hello,
welcome.
Brian. Welcome to the RPG Maker General Podcast, or the
Welcome
RPGMGP,
to the
your
RPG
one-stop
Maker
shop for
General
everything
Editing
Welcome to the
RPG Maker.
RPG Maker
Now we're
General
doing it
Podcast,
live.
the RPGMG.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Yeah,
We're doing it live.
Welcome
And
to
that
the
means
RPG
no
Maker
retakes.
General Podcast.
Ah,
I can't
This is
wait for everybody to
fucking
come
great.
in and just be like, "What the fuck?"
this is the best part about live events. Yes, it
And
is.
If only
Cody's
Windsor,
just happy you don't have to edit this.
If
Yeah.
only Windsor wasn't dead.
Hey, it's your pal Windsor here. I'm not actually here because it's just Cody imitating my voice, and he's a bit of a cunt, and he makes me sound like 10 years older because Cody
Now-
just
now-
sounds young.
Now, Carbonic, I have to tell you, I was the first person to masturbate to your game because in the demo, the save girl, she did things for me.
I remember that.
What a guy.
What a guy. Okay,
I talked to him the other day.
nice. How's Windsor doing?
He's doing just dandy. He's starting up career as a porn actor. It's going well.
Excellent. I'm so happy for him. You're probably not joking. All right.
I'm not.
Let's discuss RPG Maker here for a second. Our
Dude, I
friend.
watch Windsor in porn.
There's no one here.
Yeah. I don't care if nobody's here. We're doing it.
Let's talk about Windsor being in porn until
We're
someone
doing
gets here.
it.
Okay, so wait, is this gonna be uploaded as a video after it's done?
The moment I hit stop streaming, it's going to be saved and archived as something to be watched.
Okay, got it. Then we can keep going.
Hey,
Yeah.
there's 2 people watching, but that's probably 2 of us.
It's me.
Yeah. When
Anyway,
it's higher than 5, that's probably it.
Great.
So, are we gonna talk about RPG Maker?
Yes, we are. For the love of cake, I'm so glad you asked. Our friend Liz.
So my favorite character in Smash is the villager, and
Shut the fuck up.
Shh. We have to start at some point, please, for the love of God.
alright.
So, our friend Liz, aka Pinkuboa, who runs pinkuboa.tumblr.com, she's great. She has a lot of
she's a
resources for
top
people. She is doing a Dream Diary Jam in honor of Yume Nikki's 10th anniversary, I believe. So you can go to dreamdiaryjam.tumblr.com to take a look at that and submit your own Yume Nikki fan game. The jam's going to run for 4 weeks from June 1st to June 28th, I believe. So if you want to make your own little exploration sim and have it played by other people, you should go check that out. Yeah.
But, Cody, that's lame. Yume Nikki doesn't have any guns in it. What the fuck am I supposed to do with that?
It has a knife.
On a different note, I'm going to be hosting Gun Jam. Come to my video game jam, and we'll make games about guns.
That doesn't really exist.
How do you know?
It does now.
All right, Carb, you go make Gun Jam, and you see what happens.
Now you see, there's nothing more tasty than some good old gun jam. You just spread it on a PB and gun jam sandwich, and
What the fuck is this?
eat it up. But yeah, go check
PB&J.
out the Pink Uboa's her jam. She's a pretty cool bean.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Speaking of Pinkuboa, there was a bit of drama that happened last night. Have you guys heard of the RPG Maker game Pocket Mirror?
No.
Nope.
All right. Well, it got pretty popular when it came out because it had a lot of really pretty original art. It's about a girl who has amnesia and solves puzzles and all that happy stuff. Long and short of it is, they used a tree sprite that they had no right to use, and they got caught. Like, at first they were avoidant of the issue, and then some people did some investigation. Turns out they used a tree sprite without the sprite maker's permission. Now, on one hand, it's just a picture of a fucking tree, but on the other hand, it's asset theft, and that is still a huge deal, even if it is one tree in a big game.
Well, what I have to say is about that topic is maybe a single tree isn't that big of a deal, but then it calls into question all of the other graphics of the game, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because then if they're willing to, like, take a tree sprite, what's to say they're not willing to take every other sprite from various different sources? Also, trees can be pretty hard to sprite and make them look good. So, I will say though, this is that all that is leading to the stuff right now.
What are the chances that like the trees like coincidentally look alike? And I don't know.
No, it was. I got to see some of the investigative bits after I saw it unfold on Tumblr, and basically, like, the tree, 99% was stolen, and it was stolen from a pack that's like 5 or 6 years old. So, I'm wondering, you know, I guess that's the way to do it. If you're gonna steal assets, steal them from, you know, a very long time ago and pray nobody notices. And Carb's right, it does call into question the rest of the resources. You know, maybe they're from even older packs from way, way back in the day.
Yeah. I mean, the thing is, though, you can't even trust packs. Do you remember last year when one of the official RPG Maker packs had stolen assets from Ni no Kuni in it?
I did not see that, no.
Oh, yeah. Basically, one of the official RPG Maker asset packs that the fucking what company made Enterbrain released it themselves. Contained textures that were taken right out of the game Ni no Kuni. And so.
And you didn't think we wouldn't notice?
Yeah, that was not very good on their part.
Can't trust anyone.
Nope.
Oh my god. Hey.
Yeah.
Don't post this in the video, but here's a pretty edgy fucking thing from Tumblr.
Okay, Carb, if I can't look...
It's in the video now, yeah!
It's looking at the Skype window. Like, is it... Because I'm playing FFL over the Skype, so it shouldn't be showing on Skype. Like...
It's not showing up in the stream, if that's what you mean.
Okay, good.
It'll show up 2 minutes later.
Well,
Oh yeah, we gotta wait to catch up.
Wait.
Basically...
Do you guys see Skype or do you see Final Fantasy Legend?
I see Final Fantasy.
Oh, I paused it, so
Okay.
so I'm still in the Skype window.
Okay,
Wait,
thank
are
God.
we not lagging behind? Because somebody's in the chat and they're pretty real time with us right now.
Yeah, no, we're good, I think, right now.
I only see
Okay.
one person chatting and it's Moon. Oh, hey Moon. Okay, thank you.
Okay, so basically, here's the deal. And this is completely random to the topic, but I just got reminded of it. There's a large portion of the media website Tumblr who is very, very interested in serial killers such as the Columbine shooters, and they are very edgy, and they should not be. What was the word?
New topic. New topic. Tumblr has a fandom for everything, even shoplifting. They have a fucking shoplifting fandom on Tumblr.
Ugh,
I watched a guy, like, because someone reblogged that there was a guy that, like, showed his haul, like, $6,000 in random crap from JCPenney, and then he got arrested, and he was posting on Tumblr all freaked out about how he was gonna go to jail for bragging about all the shit he stole.
yeah, you kind of get what you reap what you sow. Anyways, RPG, what do you think about asset stealing in general?
You know, it's kind of like abandonware in the sense, like, someone makes a pack, and then, you know, after 5-6 years, they've probably moved on with their life, but the copyright law says it's still their assets. And even if they're not using them, you know, and they haven't even thought about RPG Maker for 2 years, it's still their assets.
Yeah. I will say I would be pretty pissed if I found out someone was using some dashboard graphics without my permission.
Yeah.
Worked hard on those. Stay away from them, you fuckers!
Yeah.
It seems like how much of a problem it is really depends on the person who is being stolen from and how much they care.
And how much money is being made. You know, like...
Well, I think that affects how much they care.
Yeah. Because, like, the band Spirit, they've tried to sue Led Zeppelin because Spirit had the opening riff to Stairway to Heaven in their song Taurus. And that's because Spirit invented the riff, and then Led Zeppelin toured with them, and then just so happened to invent that riff later. We all know what really happened, but you can't, you know, it's hard to sue for that shit sometimes.
Well, yeah, and with music, it's kind of considered different because it's sampling. I just want to say to Pixel Moon in the chat, who says that serial killer lovers have always existed, I'll agree with you, but I'll also say that never before have they been so vocal.
Well, that's because we have, like, a fucking way for them to say it, because, you know, let's look at Charles Manson, alright? Charles Manson, if you liked Charles Manson, you couldn't say that to your family or friends, and because it was 1965, you weren't saying it ever. But now on the internet, you know, you have Stacy 2003 or whatever her name is. She can just talk to her internet friends about how much she loves Charles Manson or whoever.
Funny enough, my girlfriend was actually talking to me about Jeffrey Dahmer for like 20 minutes before the podcast.
Does she love Jeffrey Dahmer?
She, like, it's not a like, it's almost an obsession. She just looks into serial killers to see all the really fucked up stuff they've done.
Well, that's less weird than if she was like, oh, Jeffrey Dahmer's so cute.
Oh, no, she actually thinks he's really creepy looking.
Yeah,
it's that insults me. Jeffrey Dahmer was my brother.
Jeffrey Dahmer's my spirit animal.
Wow. I
Let's
can't
not
wait.
go into spirit animals this week, because, like, just
Okay,
reminds me of
so-
something that come up recently.
Yeah.
So here's the deal about RPG Maker. I've gotten really tired of RPG Maker lately. And I think that they need to completely redesign how it works, the UI, or at least just how events work, because holy shit, just writing a text thing takes forever.
Well, that's funny you mentioned that because I'm still using the PS1 version and, like, have to type in each letter individually, but from what I remember from the...
I have to type every individual letter. That's how everyone types, Cody.
No, Carb, with a controller. A controller, Carb. Like, literally...
That's your fault for not using a PS1 keyboard.
Oh, yeah, because those exist.
Oh yeah, that was the PS2.
Yeah, I get a mouse. Like, I can use a PS1 mouse, but it doesn't do me no frickin' good.
Man, I gotta ask you, Cody.
Yeah?
You complain about how everyone has it easier than you because you're using the PS1 version. Why are you using the PS1 version?
Because that's what I knew how to use at the time.
Come on, it's time to upgrade. We're doing it. We're Defeat the Darkness 2.
Electric Boogaloo. Yeah, no, I've already talked with Adam about that, and after we get this one done, I'm moving on to a new maker because I bought a bunch for the bundle.
Yeah, we'll be moving on to making the rpgmg visual novel or something.
Right.
Cody, what the fuck
dating
were you just
sim.
doing? What were you doing just now? Were you sliding on a thing? This is no time for sliding.
Yeah, it has a slide. Like, this is one of the best first towns in any RPG.
Dude, if Defeat the Darkness 2 isn't live action, I'm gonna riot.
Well, I mean, the opening scene of Defeat the Darkness 1 is live action.
And the
That's true.
And the epilogue will be too.
Yeah.
But
Spoiler alert.
for
Wait,
the last
what's going
two,
on?
the last two Halloweens. Wait, who's here?
I say in horror with a smiling face.
Who's here?
We're just. Oh no, we're just making fun of your
Oh.
performance.
Ah, thanks. Dick.
I'm not gonna say that it was very obvious you guys weren't trying to lose your shit, but it was very obvious you guys were trying not to lose your shit.
Yeah. Like, I was caught up in the moment because I thought it was funny. I tried to be more serious than Adam, but I couldn't do it. I failed. Yeah, but anyhow,
Okay, so, video games. Did you guys? How about we talk about some video game news?
all right. So, ProJared just released his video retrospective on Final Fantasy 1, and I thought it was really, really good. You know, you can tell he's played it a couple dozen times, and he understands why people like it. I do like how he talked about the miss thing, like the ineffective. If everyone attacks one guy, like all your attacks come up ineffective. If the first guy kills him, then the other three all whiff, and that does make the battles more engaging because you're forced to think about who you're hitting. Like, what do you guys think about that? Because ineffective hasn't been a thing for about 25 years, but I think it still has merit as a stratagem.
I think it really depends on what you like. I think that the other end of the spectrum is people who just want to blow through the battles so they can experience the world and the story would hate a system like Final Fantasy 1's, where you really need to like sit there and methodically plan out all of your moves.
Yeah.
Because they just want to blow through it. They want to sit there and mash A so they can just get on to the next story thing and see the story. Whereas people who actually are more immersed in the battles and want that strategy aspect, of course, would be like, hey, this is great. I actually have to like think even during random encounters.
Yeah.
That's a fair assessment.
Yeah,
I didn't watch the video because I don't watch ProJared. I'm afraid of ostriches, so I don't watch his videos.
Oh
Jesus Christ.
So I can't really talk on the topic.
Oh god. No, man,
Low 5.
I do think it helps though because there's been no proper way to crack the RPG code and make the battles more interesting than they were 20 years ago. Like, random battles still exist, and that's because if we did anything but random battles, it wouldn't be as good. And if you want to do something like ones where enemies wander around the map, you have to really plan that shit. Otherwise, it's gonna be really unfun really fast. Like, I just finished playing Night Quest, which is an ancient Game Boy game. And it's got amazing graphics, but the gameplay and the story, they're not much to write home about. And the enemies are on the screen. And you're always walking through these tiny-ass corridors, so you'll always walk into at least a couple of the enemies. And even at the end of the game, you are forced to walk into like, haha, I am the Terror Fly, I have 141 HP, and then you just stab him with Eagle, because Eagle is the best attack form. But you have to stab him with Eagle every time you go back and forth, because the enemies respawn on every single map once you leave and come back. Like, it's super tedious, and I hate it. Yeah.
I see.
Like, did you guys hear about? I'll let you guys finish this.
Just like Dark Souls had respawning enemies, but you could also avoid them. And you could also kick the shit out of them really fast if you were over-leveled. But Night Quest, neither of those are an option.
I'm going to use this as an excuse to finally bring up Persona 5, because I've been waiting to talk about it for like 3 weeks. So, Persona 5,
Spoilers! Get
it's not
arrested
gonna
by
be-
Atlas.
it's not about the story, but so being thieves, there's like a hiding mechanic. You can take cover and you're like in the shadows and you're hiding from the enemies who wander around the map.
Yeah?
But the thing is, enemies have a set patrol route. So, you watch them, okay, they walk this far and then this far. So you can jump from cover to cover, but if an enemy is in front of you, then it will switch from like hide to ambush. So you need to be looking at the piece of cover you want to jump to it, but if there's an enemy between you and there, you can't. But the thing is that if you're hiding behind something, when an enemy walks towards you, instead of continuing to walk past you like he would on his set route, he stops at where you're hiding and turns around and walks back. So the end of his route is where you are, and since he is in front of you, you can't jump to a different piece of cover, so there is a sneaking mechanic that actually is impossible to sneak around enemies.
Wow. So they put in this mechanic that you can't actually use.
You can in some situations, like there are some times you are able to jump around the enemies, but I'd say at least 80% of the time, you just gotta fight the enemy anyway.
And also, yes, Moon, like, Dragon Warrior Monsters on the DS, that's, I haven't played the remake they did on the DS, the Dragon Warrior Monsters remake, but, yeah, map stuff sucks. Looking at the chat.
Yeah, so basically, speaking of video game news, did you guys hear about the new Mario game?
Oh my goodness, Mario Forces with the new custom character. I'm sorry.
That's Sonic. Did you guys hear about the new Mario crossover game?
No.
No. I'm not joking. Mario is making a new crossover.
Wait. Let me guess. Metal Gear.
No.
Metal Gear.
Hold
With
on.
JoJo's
Just hold
Bizarre
on.
Adventure.
Just hold on. Oh, look in the chat. Mario will be crossing over with Rayman Raving Rabbids coming soon.
Oh god, I saw a picture of that on V!
My
Why?
God. Wait, that's real?
That's
Yeah,
That's a
real!
real thing?
Yeah.
I did not think that was a real thing.
Hey, Cody, put it into the stream. Put the picture in the stream so everyone can see it.
You have to, you gotta do it, man. Like,
What?
Cause you put something stupid in the Skype chat, and if I close the Game Boy window, everyone's gonna see whatever the hell you put in the Skype chat earlier.
It's just a bomb thread.
I don't need that on my stream!
Well, everyone look it up. Everyone who's listening in, everyone who's watching in the future, look it up. Because apparently Mario will be crossing over with Rabbids in a game known as Mario plus Rabbids Kingdom Battle. Who knows what it will be about, but it seems like it's going to be a party game. I don't know why this was the thing that came to mind. It's kind of dumb.
It's
I have a lot of
probably
mixed feelings
It
about
looks
this.
like a Mega Man game. Is it a jump and shoot man game?
you know what?
I
Jump
Jump and
shoot.
shoot man.
I can almost
Jump and
guarantee
shoot.
you.
Now here's the thing. Ironically, the Rabbids games usually have deeper storylines than Mario games. So this might mean we get a deeper Mario storyline for once.
Or
in a
we just
while.
get a shallow Rabbids storyline.
It's
No.
deeper
Watch-
than Mario.
This is 100%.
Watch this game be like the Rabbids are the main character and Mario's just like a background character or something.
Oh, it will happen. It happened to Rayman.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like, where's...
I love that picture.
Oh man, I damn it, Rayman. Why did you like become unpopular? You were
I don't
still a
know.
good game.
I mean, did you guys play Origins or Legends? Because those were some pretty good games.
Yeah, I've seen it.
Probably the best platformers I've played in years. Platformers I've played in years. But on this topic, what do you guys? Will you guys play Mario versus the Rabbids? Whatever it's called.
I agree with Chidonga. It's going to be a crappy little minigame fest, just like the Mario Sonic crossover. Like, this is a pure business move on Nintendo's part. Like, hey, yeah, we'll put Rayman properties in our games if Ubisoft will actually publish something for the Switch. Please, give us some games.
I mean, it's just so weird, though, that they choose Rabbids. Because the last Rabbids game that came out was in 2013, and it was a mobile game.
Well, no, what's happening is this is a Ubisoft property that Nintendo can put into their
I know.
products. Yeah.
It's just like a noticeably bad Ubisoft property.
Yeah.
I'll say it. I think I've said it before, and I'll say it again. Rabbids are the minions of video games.
Oh God.
Oh.
And then this game will bomb because it uses Uplay or something.
Yeah.
Please, Bob.
God damn it, Ubisoft! Why do you do this to your game?
mess.
Ubisoft, can you just not do anything ever again?
They keep putting out
Appreciate
the same
it.
game with different different names on it, like Rainbow Six Wildlands or whatever. It's the same open-ended like game they've been doing forever.
What if they released a Rabbids game and it was just like rated M for mature and it was super gory? It was just like it was basically like that game Hatred that came out a couple of years ago. But with
Oh
Rabbids.
man, that's genius! Rabbids and For Honor. Yeah, let's do it.
yeah.
I'd say the game, the cover looks like this, but it plays exactly like Gears of War. It's just like really horrible.
Rabbids Bad Fur Day.
Any other video game news? There's Far Cry 5, and that's causing a tussle. Maybe we shouldn't talk about that though.
Far Cry sucks.
Okay, moving on.
Okay.
I'm starting to
Splatoon 2
open in
has
that
a story
worm.
thing.
we got some animation news I can talk about.
This is
Is
not
it
the animation.
Come on, but we had the Gaiden episode with Nolan in Spo. That was pretty.
Oh yeah. Thanks for reminding Cody of that.
That's
Cody.
not canon. The Gaiden episode is not canon.
Gaiden episode is totally canon.
That's like episode 4 of Gurren Lagann. It shouldn't exist.
Oh come on!
But
Yeah.
it's
I thought you said we
3.5.
weren't. I thought you said we weren't talking about animation, and here you are talking about your Chinese your
God.
Chinese cartoons.
All right, we're moving on. Speaking of stuff and things, the rpgmg collab game finally got handed to a new creator. This person named Latrans after Gemini did not meet the deadline. I mean, Gemini wasn't giving off hopeful hints during the deadline a couple days ago, because it was like, oh, things are coming along slowly. You know, I don't have the visuals done yet. It's like, bruh, it's been a month, and when you're working,
Don't start making drama, Cody.
well, I want to take it as a learning experience, you know, like, because when you're doing online collaborative stuff, it's very hard to. Oh damn, Carb died. It's hard to keep the trust tree
Die.
up. So when you have to really work to keep people's trust in those situations, and the sad fact of it is, you know, like if we say a month, you have to hand it over in a month, because if you don't, we have a dozen other anonymous strangers who go, well, you extended the deadline for this guy, so why can't I? And then it just becomes an accepted thing, and that a long-term lack of discipline will sink any project.
Okay, listen here, Deldris. I wasn't born in 2002. I was born in 1999, so...
Wait, really? I was
Yeah.
totally just throwing out a number. I was like, I'm gonna make him look like he's 15.
No, he
Oh,
I
just
didn't
turned
actually think
18.
you were that young.
Okay, well...
Yeah,
Okay, I got really confused for a second there, because I forgot you named a character that you're playing as right now, Carb. So when you said Carb died, I thought you meant, like, I had dropped out of the call.
Nope. And I'm gonna use
Oh.
float to avoid random encounters, because nope, that's not how that works. I'm in an encounter. Fuck.
It's 1999, you fucko.
God damn it.
Oh, this live thing is great.
Mm-hmm.
Ugh.
But yeah, we were talking about the collab project or something, Cody.
Yeah. Yeah, what's your opinion, Robin? Because you're the one who actually got this whole thing set up and ready to go.
Oh boy. Well, for one thing, I kind of feel bad that, you know, it didn't like go off, like pass off any better than it did.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Oh, jeez.
You know, when you're dealing
Like,
with
you know-
salicylic acid, you gotta be really
What?
careful. Because I just dumped the entire bottle out on my hand. I'll be right back.
Great job.
Oh, okay.
These segments.
Well, yeah. From like Gemini when I saw Gemini working on it, I was like, okay, this looks good. And in a perfect world, Gemini would have like finished their part, and then we would have been fine, smooth sailing, whatever, yada yada. But like, yeah, I mean, like, okay, cause like getting rid of her makes me feel like a bad guy, you know?
Yeah.
I mean, I myself didn't get rid of her, but seeing her go, him or her, like seeing them like get cut like that, they kind of had like, I don't know, it kind of seemed like they were mad about it or something,
Oh.
which is understandable.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I'd be a little upset too. Like, hey, but on the flip side, you know, we have to maintain discipline, and that's sad to say, but it's true. You know, like, I do a little bit of work for V the Musical, and if you made a song before the project started on September 15th, or if you released it after we already put everything on Bandcamp and YouTube, you know, how can we help you? You know, because there's no like intimate connection, the requirements become a lot stricter and a lot more important. You know, like for Defeat the Darkness, right? I got the script done. You know, most everybody who submitted lines like through the internet, their lines have been done for 2 years now, because they got their scripts and they got all the lines done. You know, like Richard, who voices Dark Dagon, he got all of his stuff in like the month after I casted him. So it's all just, you know, it was sitting there waiting to be put out. But as for Adam, I didn't put a huge requirement on him to get all of his lines done, because if I wanted his lines, I just drove down to his house and I'm like, give me your fucking lines. Yeah. So, you know, it's a delicate balancing act, and I think because we can't hold each other accountable, because you can literally disappear at any time, we have to be strict. It's a sad fact of life. It's what you gotta do.
Yeah, that's kind of fair. Like if we gave Gemini an extension, that would mean everyone else's like delayed, you know, and yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it still feels like it sucks, like on my end.
Yeah, because no matter what, Gemini did something. Like, something got done. You know, and that...
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, this I'm back. I washed the acid off my hand. But I just wanted to say that, because I've got a Go-Gurt in my hand, Go-Gurt has gotten a new motto, and I'm not joking about this. Do you want to know what their motto is?
Is it video game related?
No, but
Go gadget Go-Gurt.
no, their new motto is, "Where will you Gurt next?"
Could
In
you
big bold letters.
That's
Where will
terrible.
you Gurt next.
Where will you Gurt next? And
Sounds like an old Irish thing. Hey, Sonny, where you gonna be Gurtin?
That's terrible. That's almost as bad as "I'ma grape you in the mouth."
well, that's all I can think of is, "I'm gonna Gurt."
I remember this. Oh, jeez.
Oh,
God damn
fuck.
it, man.
Hold on. Just need to. Okay.
I'm
Yo.
gonna grape you in the mouth.
That is... Oh, God. I remember that, too. The Grapist.
Rapist.
That's terrible.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Alright. So let's get back on track here, at least a little tiny bit.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
So...
Rip Gemini Rip, and Latrance is working now, and he's been doing a lot of bug fixing and retroactive fixing. Got rid of a lot of lag, surprisingly.
Yeah.
Huh.
It's kind of funny.
It's surprising how much lag you get rid of by turning the walking animation off for things that don't walk.
Yeah, because it wants to update every so many frames with the same image, which is stupid and dumb, but hey, whatever, I didn't make it.
Wait, really?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't realize that. That's stupid. It's
Yeah.
really stupid.
All
I
this.
thought it only changed the animation when it started to walk.
Nope.
Yeah, it seems to cause lag if you leave it on and the thing doesn't walk. So yeah.
It's really stupid.
Yeah.
So if you want to get rid of your lag, guys, pro tip, that's what you do.
set all of your billboards and trees to static or whatever it's called, because otherwise the computer's gonna treat them like they're walking.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, Cody. Nothing.
Well, all right. It's getting a little late for me. So, am I allowed to go?
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah. All right. I have to like do real life stuff.
All right. Well, thank you
All
so
right.
much.
Bye, guys.
Bye, Robin.
Bye.
This is Blue Sky Robin saying goodbye, and I hope you have a mental day or whatever.
A mental day.
Oh yeah. It's because I have a friend, and we because here's the thing. She had the typo once, and then it was like measuring mental, and we like lost our shit. It's fucking great. And so now that's our joke. She's triggered badly by it, and I'm like sniggering at her.
You're what at her?
I'm like snickering evilly at her. It's like fucking great.
Like
Oh,
Muttley.
snickering.
Yeah. I don't know what you heard.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for having me. See you guys. Have
Goodbye,
a good one.
Robin. Have a good night.
Have a good mental.
Have a mental night.
Peace
Um,
be mental.
mental night.
All right. So
What are you flying right now, Cody?
do what now?
In the game, what are you on?
So I got the magic of float in the North Tower, and my objective is to find another town where I can grab the Talon's, which is the ship, that big spaceship you saw. It can go into the past, but I need to grab the unit that allows me to do so, which is in another town. But I forgot what the town is because I haven't played this game in like 10 years.
Look
Yes.
at those stupid little dragon monster things. They don't know shit.
It's an F
Stupid.
Drake, thank you.
Stupid fucking little E-Drax.
Alright, hey, since we just did like our items episode and Deldris missed it, I want you to talk about MP, because that was really cool what we talked about at work, where they actually have MP that's limited, and the way to restore it actually requires effort.
Did somebody say Persona 5? Okay, so here's the deal with items in Persona 5. They did something crazy. Never seen this before. You can't buy MP items. Period. You cannot buy them.
Whoa,
For the 3 people on the planet who haven't played Persona, Persona is played on a time-based system. All the games take place over the course of a year. You can take 2 sort of, I'll call them actions. One after school, which is usually hang out with somebody to establish a social link for like bonuses and stuff, or go do some sort of extracurricular activity to raise a social stat or improve, something else about your character, like raise your max HP or something. So you can make MP items, but that costs time, which, is a limited resource. And this created an interesting domino effect where, to me, MP has always been that stat that's like, okay, so, after about level 20-ish, you kind of just stop giving a fuck about it. You don't pay attention to it unless you're, like, spamming high-level spells or maybe in a boss fight. But other than that, it's, like, irrelevant almost, because you either have too much of it, or you can just buy 400 mana potions, or whatever your equivalent is, and you never have to worry about it. Well, that is no longer a thing, really, in Persona 5, unless you want to never spend any of your time establishing social ranks, which give you, like, huge bonuses that I'm not going to say are required, but are quote-unquote not required
Very
to
nice.
Reasonably get through the game. So now MP becomes a huge issue because Persona 5's battle system is entirely based on exploiting an enemy's weakness to knock them down to initiate an all-out attack from your party. So, in past Persona games, you as the protagonist can wield the many personas that there are, and you're kind of fitted to any situation as long as you have the appropriate persona. So, since you can, take advantage of any weakness, because you can exploit all of them, being able to use anything, essentially, and can just fill yourself up with 100 mana potions, the game was essentially a steamroll. You didn't have to think about it. You didn't have to manage any of your stuff. You could bring whoever the fuck you wanted with you into combat, because it didn't matter. You just took care of everything. Well, the same is true in Persona 5, that you can use all those personas, but with the limited amount you can restore your MP, you're like, well, fuck, now I actually have to think about it. Is it worth, using my MP now against this random encounter to take them out? Or do I just try and go with just physical attacks to not use any MP, but then they're probably going to get a turn and attack me because I can't take them out in one go?
Yeah.
And on top of that, you actively are switching out party members to use, their appropriate spells, because each party member is kind of in charge of one element. So you're switching them out, and since you're constantly rotating through everybody, I think this might be the first RPG I've ever played where you can rotate out party members and people outside of your party don't get experience, but I had everybody at the same level, just because you're using everybody that evenly.
That much. Yeah, I found that really interesting when we were talking about it, because, normally with these games, you pick your favorites, and that's basically what gets you through the game, like FF7, Suikoden, FF6, or they go the Super Mario RPG route, and just everybody gains experience, even whether they're in combat or not.
Right. Also, bonus points. So when you level up, you of course gain stats, HP, attack, blah, blah, whatever. The protagonist actually has the lowest MP gains upon level up out of all of the characters. Which I thought was an interesting way to balance the fact that you can use all of the elements, essentially.
So it kind of limits the main character's usefulness and allows them to balance the game around the known quantities, like the other characters and the personas that they wield.
Yeah, who I had in my party felt way more impactful in this game than it did in any of the other Persona games. Like, if I went into a battle and I had, the wrong party for that, it wasn't like the other ones where I was kind of like, oh, fuck it, whatever, I have this persona, I can just deal with it myself. It's, holy fucking shit, I have no MP left, and all of these people are weak to all the attacks they're going to use and can't use any of their attacks against them, and it takes a turn to trade out a party member. So my enemies are getting 2 attacks, and I can't do shit. So, it's really kind of like, going back to what ProJared said about really paying attention during all of combat and keeping tabs on what spells you're using and who you need to be having with you at any given time.
Yeah. Man. For everything the plot does at the end, it sounds like the combat system is probably one of the best made in the past, 5 years. Bravely Default is probably the next most recent one I can think of.
I would agree. I actually, right after that, started going back to Persona 3, because my girlfriend wanted to watch me play through it, and, I just can't do it. The combat is, I don't know, the menu is... So, on Persona 5, it's like each button on the controller is a menu. Press triangle for personas, X for attack, square is guard, so forth. You just hit a button. In Persona 3, you have a menu, like a radial menu, that you have to scroll through, select the option, then, scroll through to your spell, and hit it that way. And I'm like, I just miss the convenience of hitting a button, and bam, good to go.
Yeah. Hit a button for gun.
Nice.
Dude, up on the D-pad, there's the gun button.
Yeah, no, that's really it. I've been really wanting to play Persona 5, but I can't buy it. If anyone out there wants to buy me Persona 5, I will be your friend for approximately 5 days.
Please buy 65 copies of Dashboard, and with the royalties, he can buy Persona 5. That was my favorite part of FFL 3. So you can jump in FFL 3, which is just bloody amazing for an RPG, not just a Game Boy one. But here's my favorite part: is you can go under some objects like this bridge. Bap! Ouch! I just love that little detail. God.
Yeah. So, I haven't been on the podcast in a very long time. Do we still do Project Progress?
If you want to, if you've got progress to share, go right ahead.
Okay, well, a bit of news for Dashboard. I am going into the very last pieces of development for the final update. To do it, I'm working on the brand new final boss right now. And I think this should be done. The update should be done in adding about 40% more content to the base game. It should be done and posted by June 13th, which is the 1-year anniversary of Dashboard being released.
Radical.
Totally tubular.
So, how has it been updating Dashboard since it's officially released now? You know, like you worked and slaved for however long, and then you decided to go back in and give it another tune-up over the past year. What's been different between the initial development and the tune-up phase?
Oh, it's been a pain in the ass. I mean, there's something to be said that, like, you're not doing as much work in singular places, but at the same time, you really improve in art and writing in the course of 2 years. So once you get done updating one thing, you look at another area, and comparatively, it just looks so bad.
Oh, man.
So I kind of got into this almost destructive pattern of remaking one thing and then seeing another thing that was bad and remaking another, which is why it's taken so long. But I've finally gotten down to the nitty-gritty. I've been really productive this week, actually. And I think I'm closing in on the end of it.
Awesome.
So, yeah.
Oh, man. What the hell was I going to say? You talked about, like, it was huge. Oh, yeah. So there was a guy, I think you were the one who put this video on the Skype chat forever ago, but like, the game that almost never was, and it was some guy making a platformer, and it took him, like, 12 years.
You mean, Bob's game? Or whatever?
Something like that, but, like, he made a big video about it, where, like, he made this game in college, and it was, haha, cool, whatever, and then he went back to it, and it took him 12 years to, like, update all the assets the way he wanted, and there was, like, 50 levels.
Oh, no, I don't think that was Bob's game.
Okay.
Bob's game is a much more sad story of a guy making a really bad game and thinking it's good. But yeah, you'll really get stuck with a project. It's one of the more depressing things about indie game deving, whether you're using RPG Maker or something like, especially something like Unity, or which I'm moving into after I get done with this.
The game that time forgot. That's what it was. Okay.
Game that time forgot. It's really easy to get yourself lost into a project, and I think the most important part of game development is knowing how to pace yourself and knowing how to kind of accept when things aren't going to be the way that you completely envision them. Because if you force it to be the way that you want it, and it's outside of your skill set or the abilities of the engine, you're just going to be caught up on this one thing, stuck forever.
Yeah. Because, you keep throwing yourself at that one little problem, like, why can't I figure you out? And it just, it's a huge pain in the butt.
But overall, I would describe this as a positive experience in my life. I've been doing Dashboard for about 2 years now, or really over 2 years now. I started it in March of 2015 as a weekend project to see if I could make a game in a weekend. And I guess...
You were very wrong.
I guess that didn't happen. Well, really, I got done in a weekend, and then I just kept on adding on to it. But overall, it's weird to be at the end of this. It's kind of like being at the top of a mountain and looking back and being like, wow, how the fuck am I going to get down?
Or how the fuck am I going to climb the next one?
Yeah, really. It's like you look down and you're like, how the fuck am I getting down? Then you turn around and the fog clears and there's an even bigger mountain there.
Oh, jeez.
God. Yeah. What is how's you guys' stuff going right now?
Deldris, do you have anything you're working on?
I've been playing Persona 5.
Oh, yay!
Nice. How's defeat the darkness going, Cody?
Well, I can say that I actually did touch it at least 3 times this past week, because the podcast is not on hiatus. We just did it live this week, so I had time, which was nice. I still want to get it done this year. I may have to actually, for real, hiatus the podcast if I do, but I didn't want to put it on hiatus right away because after the panel Adam and I did at SakuraCon and we had a bunch of new subscribers lately, I didn't want to just like go, oh hey, thanks all you like 12, 15 people, we're going on hiatus now. You know, like,
yeah.
It'd be like releasing a really good chapter of a fanfic and then just disappearing forever, you know? Like,
people do that a lot.
Yeah, like, and again, like, I follow my deadlines. I may not set deadlines all the time, and Moon, you will have your finale, I swear to God, it'll happen. Event this year, hashtag this year. But, you know, I'm good about following my deadlines, and when I made the last episode, Day of Dagon, back at the end of September, like, I had a friend visiting from another country, I had V the Musical going on, I was starting a new job, I had a friend's wedding, and I still got that episode out because I said I would have an episode before October. And I did. And it wore me the fuck out. And what you were talking about earlier with balance, you know, like, I way unbalanced myself doing that. And getting into a routine has been obscenely difficult, but I think the podcast has helped a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't care if you need it, Moon. It's gonna happen, okay? Like, hashtag this year. Fuck.
I don't care if you need it. It's gonna happen.
You're not my real dad. Yeah.
Yeah, fucking... See...
And, wait, say what you're gonna say.
Oh, I'm looking at Moon. She's saying, because we seem to be doing all of the live stuff right now. Are we 5 watching? I think we're doing fantastic.
Sorry,
it's about
but
as many views as the podcast gets anyway.
Oh,
Sorry, I hate to burst your bubble, Cody, but I'm 4 of those 5 people. I have it open in 4 windows right now.
Oh, well, thank you so much. And also thank you whoever put the link in the thread so that they would actually know where the hell to go.
That's me. I don't have it open in 4 windows.
Two of them are me. There's like me and then my not red mage computer playing the other one.
You are totally not the same person.
My totally not the red mage computer is watching.
God. Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about Gran Turismo 2 real quick, which is not RPG, but I feel it is very similar. Oh, thank you, Chidanga. We love you for tuning in. Gran Turismo 2, because me and Deldris were talking today about like games that held up over time, and I think Gran Turismo 2 does, even though it's extremely punishing and super specific. Like, when you boil down Gran Turismo 2, it's all about corners. It's about picking the right kind of car to handle the corners, upgrading your brakes and adjusting the brake balance and the suspension and your transmission to get out of these corners really well. And it does all that really well. I don't think it's been surpassed. Oh, Moon, yeah, you guys are real too. You guys are real, and I love you. Thank you for tuning in. You're not random strangers on the internet, but you are still real, and I love you. But, like, Gran Turismo 2 really holds up, especially for being on the PS1. It has state-of-the-art graphics for the PS1. It was a short-lived honeymoon, though, because it's not my kind of...
Old Final Fantasies, like the older ones, the one that I think is the first one that really, like... I mean, the first one obviously laid the foundation of the series, being the first one, but I think the next closest to like a modern building block of the series was Final Fantasy IV. Final Fantasy 3 introduced the whole job system, but I think 4 really refined it and also added a story that wasn't like, where the fuck do I go, the game? And I thought it just, was a culmination of everything the series was up to that point. A good story brought about by Final Fantasy 1 with the job system of Final Fantasy 3 and including nothing from Final Fantasy 2. And it was the perfect combination of things to really, I think, take off the series. I think that was really the point where the series, just shot off. Like, it wasn't already shooting off, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, I agree with 4, especially since a lot of its storytelling elements have not been repeated or have not been repeated well. Like, since you're not Red Mage, I have to remind you of his conversation a couple podcasts ago where literally, basically everyone in FF4 dies and gets replaced with someone else. It's like the book Aragon, but good. And that hasn't really been repeated. Like, most games nowadays, and even back then, don't permanently remove party members. Like...
Yeah, I mean, that, I guess I'm not going to go into that. That's too spoilery. But, so, I don't know. Yeah, I think that's kind of a problem I have with games, is that I hate all the, fake out death bullshit that games do. Nobody seems to be willing to, pull the trigger and really, kill a party member. For real. Permanently. That seems like more of an old school thing. You got Final Fantasies... Final Fantasy 4 through, at least 7. Somebody die in 8? I don't remember. I fucking hated Final Fantasy 8. But the point is that's 3 major titles in a row, or, yeah, 4 major titles in a row that was not afraid to just kill someone.
Yeah. I think that's just the culture in general, because, if you look at the Marvel films, nothing really happens. It's kind of like a 2-hour episode of The Simpsons where, events unfold and then they're all, nice and tight, tied up with a bow and finished by the end. That idea of permanence and things changing just doesn't apply to modern storytelling, and I think that's sad.
I think that really, that reminds me of, God, what was that guy's name? The guy who wrote, A Song of Ice and Fire.
George R. Martin?
Yeah, George R. Martin. Somebody asked him, he was like, why do you just keep killing off all your characters? And his reason was basically along the lines of, there's no suspense in modern day media when it comes to the hero being in danger. Because they're going to get out of it, there's going to be something that happens, nobody ever dies. And he's like, so there's no suspense. He's like, once you start killing people, then there's real suspense. Because, it's already been shown that they're not afraid to... lop some heads off. People will die. So that creates, some real tension. Actually feeling like the characters, this could be it. You have no idea. And I agree with him that it seems like in a lot of media, you just kind of watch it and you're like, well, this is going to happen or that's going to happen. And they're going to come back for whatever reason.
Yeah. That bugs me, too, because there must be some section of fandoms where, it's like, no, you can't kill my favorite character, please, no! And the people at these large corporations take those people seriously and don't kill off these characters, which ruins the suspense. It's ironic that they hired Joss Whedon to do the Avengers when Joss Whedon is so famous for causing pain and suffering to his fans.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I think if you're not going to actually at least have a main character really be hurt in some way, that having suspenseful situations is just kind of pointless. Maybe that's why I hate the horror genre so much. It's either really fake suspension, 90% of modern horror movies are 90% bullshit suspension that amounts to nothing. If we're in a society at this point where It Follows is held on a pedestal as one of the greatest modern horror movies of all time, I think the horror genre is beyond salvation.
What movie?
It Follows.
Ah, never seen it.
I remember when that came out and everybody was flipping their shit about how it was the greatest horror movie in existence, and I'm like, this movie was awful, it was stupid, and it was dumb. It was the worst thing. And I'm like, is this what we've come to in the horror genre? Is it just over?
Yeah.
Because of all the fake suspense?
Have you seen Paranormal Activity?
I watched up to the scene with the Ouija board catching on fire, and I decided this shit was too retarded for me to continue watching it.
All right.
Can't say that word.
This shit was too stupid. Yep, I have a cousin who's retarded. I can say it.
God. Man, yeah, Moon, I was hinting at
Paranormal
Coulson when I talked about Joss Whedon and the Avengers. Yeah, just because Disney refuses to kill people off because they're too profitable. Yeah. Fuck.
Yeah, dude, you can't use that word. They prefer little people.
Jesus.
How many Paranormal Activity? I think there's 8 Paranormal Activity movies. And the last one that came out was called The Ghost Dimension.
See, I thought they stopped at like 3, but apparently I'm just all sorts of wrong.
No,
They're,
there's like 9 or 8 or something.
Is it like The Land Before Time, where they literally won't not make money, so we have to keep
God
making them?
Damn it! I've been trying to say that as soon as he brought that up, and everybody kept interrupting me.
Well, please, regale us with you, because I've only seen, like... I saw the first Land Before Time, and then I remember at your house, way back in the day, watching the one where they find a little tiny T-Rex and they name him Chomper, and it's a musical for some reason.
I don't even, like, remember that. I was, like, I don't even know, 5 or 6 when we watched these. But, I mean, I don't know. I remember... The Land Before Time, I think a new one came out last year, actually. Or was it this year? I don't remember, but I think there are at least 14, but let me go fact check that real quick.
Please do. Yeah, Moon, about the death permanence, like, Coulson's death united the team, so it served its purpose for the narrative. Like, yeah, he wasn't a superhero, but... his death still meant something to the plot, and to have him undie, you know, like, but that's just been Marvel for years, because I've said this with friends, but I haven't said it on the podcast yet, like, when Batman v Superman came out, the Hollywood Reporter did, like, a thing covering all the fights Batman and Superman have had over the years of DC Comics, and it showed the results, like, Batman won, Superman won, it was a draw, and there were, like, 2 draws, and then the rest, it was pretty even. But with Civil War and Iron Man versus Captain America, it's a draw, it's a draw, it's a draw, technically Captain America, technically Iron Man, it's a draw, it's a draw. Like, Marvel does not play for permanence. Marvel plays to maintain status quo, and I think that's why you have, like, these edgy DC fanboys who like their mature comics for mature people, is because there is something... There are actual stakes in DC Comics, whereas with Marvel, it's just kind of, you know, popcorn flick, everyone's going home to their mom and pop and eating hamburgers and apple pie at the end of every episode, you know?
Are you going to tell me that there were stakes in Suicide Squad?
I didn't watch that movie.
Oh, well...
And the whole point of a Suicide Squad, I assume, is that it doesn't matter if they die.
Well, yeah, you would think then that they would, you know, put the characters in some sort of reasonable danger, but, you know, why would they do that? Gotta copy that Marvel formula.
Yep.
Oh, but, so, back to the fact check. As of February 2nd, 2016, there are 14 Land Before Time movies.
That's excellent.
The last one being The Land Before Time: Journey of the Brave.
That was the one where the asteroid struck and they all died at the end, right?
Oh man.
The journey of the brave into the afterlife.
God, you guys.
Oh wait, shit! No, I forgot. Dinosaurs don't go to heaven.
But all dogs go to heaven.
Yeah. So RPG Maker.
God.
How many RPG makers are there?
There's probably a dozen. Like, if you went on Wikipedia right now, you have the PC ones and the console ones, and they number about even, I'd assume.
Hold on.
I was talking.
Let me take a look.
I was talking.
Oh, have any of you used Fez or whatever it is?
FES? It doesn't launch until June, you dip.
Okay, well here's the deal. I live in a bomb shelter in Alabama, so
Man, I was talking in the thread before, and I said that I would enjoy FES, like, if I weren't who I was right now. Like, if I had more downtime where I was out and about and just sitting down, you know, like if I were in a doctor's office or a car repair shop, or like I was at like my brother's soccer match, you know, I had this time to do it, then I would like FES. But as it stands now, I'm usually at home, so playing my 3DS when I have a computer around is kind of silly. I do love the sharing aspect, though. Like, unlike the PS1 version, you don't need to hand the other person your disc and your memory card. You just have them download an app, and then you can share your game wirelessly, which I think is cool.
Oh man, Cody, you were a bit off in your number of how many RPG makers there have been.
Let's compare numbers here, Carbonis.
There have been 36 RPG makers.
There have
36. According to Wikipedia, there's been 11.
No. Go down. Keep scrolling down to the RPG Maker series timeline.
Oh, okay. I was looking at English releases. I think. Maybe. I don't know.
Wow. So either it's just under a dozen or it's 3 dozen. Okay, thanks.
Yeah,
Thanks for that.
yeah. Well, there's a bunch of them that were released only in Japan for the Game Boys.
Yeah.
So you could make one on the game. Like, a lot of them were. There's just a lot of ones we don't know about here in Burgerland.
And you're gonna count those?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, because they're RPG makers. RPG Tsukuru.
RPG Sukuru.
So games that have withstood the test of time.
Oh yes.
Segways are weird.
Yeah.
Doom is a good game.
Yeah.
Have you played the remake?
What?
Are you talking about D44M, or are you talking about like an actual like Doom remake?
Oh, I was talking about like Doom.
That wasn't a remake, that was a sequel.
What? I thought it was a remake of the first game.
No, the one that was called just Doom in 2016 was a sequel.
Oh.
Yeah.
I don't know why they did that, but I did play that. It was pretty fun. It was really, really good, and I had a lot of fun with it. It was insanely over the top and action packed, and it was a breath of fresh air from Call of Duty.
I had a friend who described it as the hack and slash of first-person shooters.
Yeah. It's definitely not like the early Doom games. I wouldn't say it feels like you're playing Doom, but it's still a pretty fun experience. Although I would rather play Doom 1 any day.
Yeah, I think for a game to have withstood the test of time, its gameplay can't have been repeated very well. You know, like, FF4 story hasn't really been repeated, and then, like, segueing from Doom, Quake. Like, they keep releasing Quake Live because they haven't been able to improve upon the Quake formula, and everyone who used to play Quake professionally has moved to Overwatch because Quake is Quake, and they haven't been able to make Quake any more accessible because that would make it far different than what it is.
Speaking of Doom and Test of Time, you know it's a game that like is kind of lumped with Doom, but like hasn't stood the test of time very well. Duke Nukem 3D.
Oh God.
It's something that people had a lot of nostalgia for, and they're like, when Duke Nukem Forever came out, they're like, oh, this is such a big letdown. But really, if you go back and you play Duke 3D, it's like, oh no, my standards just got better. What?
I never actually played Duke 3D, but was it that bad?
It's something where it's like, it's a bit flashier than Doom, but once you get past the flashiness, you kind of realize that Doom has a lot better level design and stuff like that.
Mm.
And it's also full of pop culture references, making it really topical. It's also just full of a lot of humor that really would appeal to a 12-year-old, but not a 26-year-old.
I'm gonna
Oh,
rip
cool.
off your head and shit down your neck.
Yeah.
I've got balls of steel, 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 steel.
I mean,
steel,
The weird
steel.
thing is, when you actually look into the quotes he says, like his most famous one would probably be like, "Hail to the king, baby," but it doesn't make
Yeah, it's
sense in
that one.
context. Like he just spouts it off randomly as he's killing things, but it's originally from Army of Darkness, and the original quote doesn't make any sense in the context of Duke Nukem.
I think, like, you're just killing people. Boom, boom, hail to the king, baby. You need to say something. You need a catchphrase.
Well, that's like give me just a random movie quote that has its own. That's like if I was shooting people and I was like, "Life's like a box of chocolates."
I just imagine Sam Jackson like shooting up a room and yelling, "Does he look like a bitch?"
Why are you trying to make him a bitch?
Because you're fucking him like one. He's just shooting up a bunch of people.
I mean that's basically the ending of. Wait, no, that wasn't.
Hey, Carb, you want some shoes?
What?
This whole time I've been
What?
playing this game, both you and I have not had shoes equipped, and I got
Get
shoes.
me some shoes.
Okay, you're getting
me some
shoes.
shoes. Get me some shoes.
Okay, you got leather shoes.
Nice.
Yeah. Oh no, I
Wait,
think we
no,
might have died again.
Yeah, we're a bit lagged behind.
Okay, because Layfilet saying that I lose connection, it's gonna, and I'm
Okay.
like, oh shit.
Try refresh. So basically, I never played Final Fantasy when I was really young.
Mm-hmm.
When I was a bab. But I never realized until recent years when I started playing it that it was like it had a lot of sci-fi stuff in it.
Mm.
So when I first played it, there was a bunch of like mechs and shit. I think it was. I was like, what the fuck? Because I was like, thought this was gonna be Dungeons and Dragons.
Well, kinda, but steampunk as well.
Yeah, more cyberpunk, I would say.
Yeah. Something that Del brought up when we were, because if you couldn't tell, we did a lot of this planning at work because we both work at the same job. Shoutouts. He brought up Secret of Mana as a game that withstood the test of time, and at first, I wasn't completely sold, but as I thought about it over the course of the day, like, the way Secret of Mana is set up, its gameplay is unique enough, and its graphics are still good, and its music is still great. And the best thing
That
about...
menuing.
And the menuing, yes, the ring menu!
That menuing. I'll never let go of that menuing. It's
Nope.
so good.
God, yeah.
Best menuing in the history of video games.
Has yet to be replicated. But the other cool thing about Secret of Mana is, the way it handles its emotional moments. And I recall the anime dot hack sign, because in dot hack, like, it'll have these important emotional scenes punctuated by the better pieces of its soundtrack. And Secret of Mana does this too, but as opposed to dot hack sign, Secret of Mana doesn't have a big boring slog in between these moments. Like, Secret of Mana is entertaining enough in its most boring parts that when the moments come, you're like, oh, hey, that's so cool. Like when you kill the frost giant and he turns out to be Santa Claus and he's okay.
Yeah, that was crazy. Or like even parts that aren't built up to be suspenseful, but still end up being really suspenseful, like letting Salamando out of the furnace.
Yeah, that is so cute, because he's like, hey, let me out. Because it's like, you get dropped off in this frozen tundra, and I don't think, like, can you leave, or do you have to finish that area to get out?
I think you're stuck in Ice Country until you free Salamando and then do the Empire stuff.
Okay, yeah, so you're going through Frost Country, and then all of a sudden you come up on a very tropical fucking area, and everyone there's like, oh yeah, the Empire made this cool vacation spot for us in Legally Not Antarctica. And then if you go to the middle of town, there's a stove, and Salamando, the fire elemental's in there, he's like, hey, let me out of here! I will kill all these Empire people if you let me out of here! And you're just kind of like, sure.
Plus, I don't think the mechanic in Secret of Mana has ever been replicated, at least that I am aware of, where when you attack,
Kappa.
so when you attack, you can just run around and attack freely. It's like an open combat kind of thing. But when you attack, you have like a timer that has to recharge to 100% before you can attack again. And I don't think I've really seen... I mean, I guess that's just kind of a play on ATB, but in real time.
Yeah.
But I still think it's different enough that I'm surprised that I haven't seen it used anywhere else, really.
Yeah, and you're still free to move around when you do it. Like, it's like Zelda, but not, because they mitigate the way to cause damage really well. Like, you're not just allowed to swing your sword, and you don't have the enemy, you know, briefly invulnerable or getting knocked away or anything. It's just on a timer.
Yeah. Oh, hey. I think it's topical, maybe not anymore, to bring this up because we were just talking about standing the test of time.
Yeah.
Right? So you guys know how a lot of people don't really like ukulele very much, right?
I heard
Right.
that it's average, you know, like it's a worthy successor to Banjo-Kazooie, and if it had been released in 2001, it would have been very well received.
Yeah, that's the thing. A lot of people are being like, "Oh, it's mediocre. It's not as good as the old games." But the thing is, really, I feel I've played it a bit as I feel it's just as good as the old games. And
I don't know if it's been too long since I've played Banjo-Kazooie, because I think I played it maybe 5-ish years ago when I discovered they had it on the Xbox Marketplace. But I don't know. I think that Ukulele actually got away with way more not kid-friendly jokes than
Yeah.
Banjo-Kazooie did. You know, because anybody who says Ukulele sucks does not appreciate the trouser snake joke enough, in my opinion.
yeah, his name's Trouser, and he's a snake. He lives in some trousers.
She lives in pants.
Yeah, he wears some pants, and he pops out of them. Does he come out of the zipper? No, he doesn't. They should have gone all the way and had him come out of the zipper.
Oh my god. Maybe that was the line where that was the joke, and then they said, "Okay, yeah, no, none of that."
But anyways, I think the thing is just nothing from N64 era has really aged super well. I think like nothing stuff like platformers.
Yeah, Moon, I think Ukulele was E10, and, you know, because it was made by former Rare devs, you know, they have the Conker's Bad Fur Day style humor, but they, of course, toned it way down for general appeal.
Yeah. GoldenEye is a game that people with nostalgia will always say is the best thing ever, and if you play it today, you will really fall. It's not good.
Yeah, like... GoldenEye, for its time, again like Gran Turismo 2, for its time, bloody amazing, unprecedented, could not be repeated on the hardware by modern devs. But it's you know, it's a party game. You know, like Mario Kart 64. Mario Kart 64 isn't particularly deep, but you get 4 friends on either of those games, you're gonna have a good time. Even if I couldn't convince anybody else that Slappers Only was fun, I loved it.
Yeah.
Like, just the sheer number of modes that GoldenEye had, I think, sold it for everybody I knew.
It's just when put in comparison with like the modern game industry has really smoothed out the wrinkles in the FPS genre, I think.
Yeah.
Maybe a bit too much, but it's just a very unpolished game compared to today. And
I don't know.
even stuff that would come out related to it, like Half-Life came out within 2 years of it, and I think Half-Life is definitely superior.
Yeah. And then Halo was on console, so, you know, like, having another console FPS that fixed a lot of GoldenEye's problems.
Yeah, but people will tell you to this day, GoldenEye still holds up. GoldenEye is the best game ever. It's not.
I think there are games on the 64 that still hold up.
Yeah,
But nobody
I
played
think
them. Like Jet Force Gemini, I have heard so much about Jet Force Gemini, but I've never seen it, like, played.
Here's the thing about 64 games. There's some genuinely good games, but they're not the ones people remember, and they're not the ones that were ahead of their time. Because something that's ahead of its time or groundbreaking or something will be interesting in the moment, but after about 10 years will be very passé.
Yeah, the shine starts to wear off after a while. Like, if you take something like Final Fantasy Tactics, it has yet to be repeated. Its formulas, its replayability. Like, there's Disgaea, there's a lot of Nippon Ichi games, but they don't quite have what FFT has in terms of gameplay. Now, in FFT, armor is completely useless. You know, you want a robe or you want a shirt for the stat boost and the MP, but it's not perfectly balanced, but it's still so well made and well thought out compared to most other things. Like, you really think in Disgaea they balanced out the game around grinding to level 9,999?
I think that a good comparison then, if we're going to go down this road, would be Tactics Ogre. I think Tactics Ogre has come the closest to kind of, I don't want to say copying, but I guess using a similar formula to Final Fantasy Tactics. They came out after Tactics, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if like the first one did, but
so Tactics Ogre's been released a couple times. It was originally on the Super Nintendo, and then it got ported to PS1 and then ported to PSP. So FFT was actually made by the Tactics Ogre crew. And Moon, I have not played Quest 64, but I saw it played at a GDQ, and I thought that was pretty damn unique. And I really want to play Quest RPG for Game Boy Color, which is basically that game, but made for Game Boy Color and apparently a lot better. Yeah. Like, with such a crappy name, it had some really unique mechanics, because you had the elements, and Quest 64 also gave you, like, an encounter zone, kind of like FF12, I think. So if you managed to run out of the circle where the enemy was occupying, you could get the hell out of there.
Yeah, you know what doesn't hold up today? RPG Maker 2. For the PS2.
It didn't hold up when it first came out.
Yeah, no, it didn't. It sports some nice PS1 level graphics. Or even worse, that PS1 has better graphics than the game. Yeah. Overall, I would say to anyone out there, if you actually want to get into RPG Maker and you haven't yet, don't buy a console version. I was actually kind of astonished when I heard that they were making Fez or whatever. Okay, hold on. How do I say your name? Chidonga?
I'm just going with Chidonga.
Chidonga. RPG Maker 3 was very limited, although it did have better graphics than 2. Then again, a microwave has better graphics than 2. It was a very limited maker. The thing is, I was really confused when I first heard they were making FES, Fez, or Fess, or Philfish, because it's just, I don't see the point of it. I don't think that they allow you to share the games you make on it.
Yeah, that was like I was talking about that earlier. Like, because with the PlayStation versions, you had to give your friend your memory card and your game disc. But with Fest, there's a special RPG Maker player app, so you can share your game wirelessly. They download the app from the eShop, and then they can play your game, and you can still keep making other games.
Okay, that's a bit better.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you're never going to be able to use it professionally.
Oh, well, of course not professionally, but I mean, like, if you're 15 and you have a 3DS, you know... And...
Listen, I'm 15 and I have a 3DS.
Oh, Mr. Published Steam Dev over here.
No, I'm not. Don't mean it that way. But no, if you're serious about RPG Maker, definitely get one of the PC versions.
Yeah, like I've said a couple times in the thread, the PS1 version is great for cutting your teeth on because it gives you every asset you need to make one good game, and you know, because it gives you, you know, like 4 colors of flags, and then like different knights and ninjas and all this stuff, and you can make one really solid game. And then you can buy another version. I recommend the PS1 version because it's very limited in its options, and because it's limited, you learn Event Foo and you learn what you want and how to get the things you want, as opposed to, you know, diving right into VXAce or MV and dealing with Yanfly's 6 gajillion plugins.
Yeah.
Oh, hey Cody. Bradley is wondering if they can jump in.
Brad wants to come on?
Yeah, according to the, oh yeah, you can't see the Skype chat because you got that. Yeah, Bradley said, I just realized I could be jabbering with you guys. You want anyone else in?
Yeah, we're low on people.
Yeah, sure, come on in, Brad. Happy fun times.
Okay, so now here's okay, because someone said Robin said RPG Maker Persona ripoff in the chat, and I wanna can I go and make fun of a certain dev right now?
Is it Atlas?
It's no, it's an indie dev.
Please be careful what you say, because this is live and it will not be deleted. You could
Is
just
it
ruin your
officially not?
You could ruin your reputation forever with what you say, Carb.
Well, I'm not actually gonna like go deep into it. It's not gonna be hateful. I just want to tease him.
Go ahead. Do it.
Let's talk about that girl's voice again.
I'm not even.
Shit. No.
Okay, no. I'm not even anywhere. He's probably never even heard of us, but you guys know about Yandere Dev?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Did they make Yandere Simulator?
Yeah,
Yes.
he's the guy who's making a Yandere simulator.
He started
simulator.
on V, actually. Yeah.
Yeah. So here's the thing. He released a couple of weeks ago two videos called like inspirations from Persona, and he basically laid out this track for the next year of him. He laid this track out of what he's going to be doing to Yandere Simulator, like how he wants to change it, and he basically just almost his pure vision of what Yandere Simulator should be, according to him, is apparently a very borderline plagiarism of Persona 5.
That's weird, because, like, from what I remember of Yandere Simulator, it was more like kind of the Grand Theft Auto real-time interactive elements. Like, you killed someone who looked at Senpai. Now you have to hide the body and clean up the blood and take pictures and whatever. You know, it was more about, you know, stuff that happened in the moment as opposed to some kind of overarching thing.
Well, he less goes into detail about, or like gameplay detail type stuff, and he's more just like, I want to totally steal the Persona art style.
I love the idea of like 2 girls talking and one of them being like, I don't know, Senpai's been on my mind a lot lately, and then the character comes in and goes like, speaking of minds, you want to know what's on mine? murder, and then she just murders that girl viciously. It's like the greatest image in my head.
But yeah, the thing is it's just it's a 40-minute long video of him just talking about like a system or graphical thing that happens. A system or graphical thing that happens in Persona is this. I would also like to put this into Yandere Simulator. I think it
that's
would
a
be
good
perfect.
impersonation of that voice. I watched the things when he was talking about the Twitch, and all that, just because I felt it's relevant to me as a, I'm on Twitch.
Hi,
also,
Brad.
I care about.
Oh, hi, Brad.
Yeah,
Hi,
that's
Brad.
me. I care about that stuff, so I mean, so I felt it was relevant to listen. But oh man, he definitely has that exact tone of voice. It's like I felt like I was
he's
there.
here.
Yeah.
A thing that's in Persona is that like he kind of whispers right into his microphone, but that's just how he talks. But yeah, he goes into so many details of things he wants to basically just take and not change at all or give his own take on it, but just like put it into the game. He's like, when you're walking around in Persona, there's speech bubbles that appear over people's heads in the hallways. I'm gonna put that in and just do it exactly the same.
See,
And he's
I'm
like-
not gonna. I don't think Persona came up with the idea of, hey, what if we had the random NPCs around talking to each other? Like, I don't think that's Persona's idea.
But it's just like, in Persona, they have this thing where it shows the city between days and it does this big pop-out thing. I also want to do that with Yandere Simulator, and then he shows pictures of how he wants it to appear. And and it's like just exactly the same thing, but like with a Yandere Simulator skin.
It's hashtag aesthetic.
Yeah.
I thought it was hashtag this year.
Then he does this thing, and I think this was the part that really tipped me over to like, this is a bad idea, dude. Where he's like, for a long time, I've been really disappointed with the art style of Yandere Simulator. So I have these new models I'm going to be using going forward. And he shows these new models that he's planning on implementing, and it's just the fucking Persona art style.
Are you sure this isn't like a joke on his part?
No, it was serious. He defended it.
Oh God.
Oh no.
I mean, who can blame him? If
Like,
I could
I mean-
just make Persona.
Like, an aesthetic is one thing, because he can't really copyright an aesthetic. You can be like, wow, this is kind of shitty, because this is just that same aesthetic, and you can be like, that's boring. But, like, if you just take the characters, that's pretty straight up, that's bad.
That's asset theft, and we already talked about that today.
It basically looked like he had edited a model from Persona 5 to look like the Yandere character.
And well, wasn't it like he was using stock Unity assets and people were giving him shit about that?
Yeah, now he's using stock Persona assets.
Oh yeah, stock, because they're not copyrighted by a giant corporation who would sue his pants off.
Yeah, I think one of the things about Yandere Simulator or Yandere Dev is that he's very much a code developer type rather than an art developer. I think he could use an art director to kind of call shit out like that and be like, no, we should go our own way rather than just copying what Atlas did.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
You think that as much waves and money is happening there, you could get somebody, you know?
Yeah, well, here's the thing. Yandere Dev, and this is one thing that I find a bit shady, refuses to pay anything to anyone who contributes to the game, even though he makes stuff on Patreon and stuff like that. So basically, every single art asset has been donated or
and
something.
that's a sustainable business model.
Yeah.
That's That's really awful.
It's it's just the things as like the idea of someone who's not really willing to pay artists at all is a bit annoying to me.
Annoying is a generous term. Like, you know, I don't exactly have a whole lot of money. I don't have a Patreon. I take some funds where I can get it, but I still made sure that, like, if I ask someone to make something new for my channel, like, I paid them. Like, the person who made my mariachi intro got paid. The person who made all the guaxonas, they got paid. I mean,
Yandere Dev made a video that I really didn't like. I think this was like about a year ago. It was basically just him for 10 to 20 minutes complaining about how too many people want to give him free stuff.
First world problems. Like,
yeah.
God, man. What the
thing
fuck? I don't know
was-
who this is, but I want to punch them in the face.
basically what he was like, I receive about, it was something like 25 emails a day looking to give me free assets. And then he goes into a couple of them and he kind of names names with it, which I also really didn't like. He pulls up someone's model that they sent in. He was like, he was really kind of a dick about it. He was like, with Yandere Simulator, I am looking to make a quality product, which is why I do not accept stuff like this. And then he like named the person by name who sent it in.
This is a really dumb model, Bill. What were you thinking when you sent me this model, Bill?
For free.
I mean, the
Like-
thing that I felt with that video was like, who the fuck are you?
Yeah, like, beggars can't be choosers. And I mean, how often do people just hand over free assets? Especially when you get anywhere near the idea of a commercial game, people want to be paid. And that was
Yeah,
like...
I mean, the thing is, it's like, if he was some company who had jobs and hired people, it's fine to reject people then. Because you're going to be paying them and stuff. And it's a real company. But he's just some dude.
Yeah, and look at all the drama over a fucking tree and pocket mirror. I mean, like, assets are not easy to come by.
Oh.
My whole thing with the issue is, like, if he makes it clear to people that they're not going to be paid for it, but they give him the assets anyway, I don't really think he's doing anything wrong.
But
Yeah, no, he does. He does make it clear. I think I don't have any problem with him taking things that people give him for free and know they're giving it for free. I don't like it when he complains about it.
Yeah.
About how I don't like how he complains that he's not getting enough quality stuff.
yeah.
Oh, that was the complaint, is that it's like, well, gee, maybe if you went and hired some people, you fucking
Yeah. Also,
leech.
I agree with Devastatic. RPG Maker assets make the best RPG Maker games.
Yeah, I bet you do.
My favorite game on the Steam store is Sexy Dungeon Maze. That is the best one.
I need to check the Steam store again.
Oh, man.
It's
now I need to see what this
it's
is.
it's Evil Maze. I'll post a link to it in the chat. I'm
gonna give Robin the nunchucks because I found nunchucks in a chest.
Okay, so basically it's just a stock RPG Maker RTP game, but every once in a while it shows you a hentai image, so it's got good reviews.
Oh my god.
That I hate that meme, but it works. It's like
I love life.
it's like fucking because you know, like Overwatch. All right. Even if Overwatch were an awful game, the porn would make sure that the game lived for another 5 years. Like, no joke.
Here's the thing: if you look up Toriel on R34, you know Toriel from
Undertale.
from Undertale.
Doing it.
Yeah.
The first go to the
My
very
mom
first.
wife.
Yeah, the first image that was posted there was 2013, which is 2 years before Undertale came out.
So Toby Fox set up his own porn empire to drive sales of the game. Is that what you're saying?
It's what I'm suggesting.
God damn it!
That would
and it
actually
works.
be like so great.
That'd be hilarious.
The worst part is that works. Like, you could have, because like this game Carb's talking about, it's literally just like hentai images with a mediocre game, and
I mean,
it sells.
I noticed that a really popular game for a while on Steam was Honey Pop, which is literally Bejeweled
Yeah,
with porn. That's it.
Okay,
it's Bejeweled
but
with
it's
naked
good
anime
Bejeweled.
girls.
And it's
good
good
Bejeweled.
porn.
Oh damn,
That
those are
is
good
true. It is very
nunchucks.
good Bejeweled, but it just with porn.
Yeah. Oh, and
That
voice
reminds me
acting.
of,
If I wanted to do
Both
that,
aspects are done
could just-
well.
I could just go onto Rule 34 with my phone in my hand and play some Bejeweled while I looked at porn.
But that
this
doesn't.
goes even deeper
It's not
than
the
that,
same. You didn't earn looking at that porn.
Yes, I did. I had to use
gotta
my
earn
fingers.
porn.
Look, I was in the womb for 9 months growing these fingers, so I would like some respect.
though. Oh,
Also, Pixel Moon, I agree. I do not like the art style in Honey Pop.
Man,
Oh.
what about a Kamadori
a-
Alchemy Master? Like, that's good gameplay and good porn.
Here, I got an old one for you, and I know Cody, this will be a flash of the past for you. Well, I don't know if you played these, but I know you played the game. You know the custom maps in StarCraft?
Ooh, yes.
Yeah, fucking like nude photon defense and all that stuff, where you like, it was literally a
Fucking love
horde
that
mode where you
shit.
set up defenses, and if you passed a wave, they'd reveal part of the image, and the goal was to get to the end where you beat all the waves just so you can see a naked picture of a girl.
Yeah, like they
As
had.
if like the fucking internet didn't exist.
Yeah, and like these were pretty damn good pictures for their time because like they had to take special tiles on the mini map and make sure the right color showed up on the mini map and have them reveal in certain ways, and it was always the naughty bits that revealed last. But I mean, you worked for it. You felt like you earned it.
Exactly.
Another fun one in that vein is Duke and Kerrigan having sex, where it was just like a siege tank transforming constantly, and then like the voice lines.
Yeah, I've seen that. Oh my god, man! And how old is StarCraft? Like that was the '90s, wasn't it?
It's older than Carbonic.
Oh my god, is it older than me?
When were you born?
'93.
No.
You're
No?
you're older than StarCraft, Deldris.
Woo!
I want to say it's like 98.
Yeah, it
I was thinking like '99, the lose somewhere over there.
yeah,
late
Brood War was
90s.
probably 99.
Oh wait, one thing I just want to say before I stop harping on Yandere Death is in his Persona video he makes in the first part he makes a really bad decision where he goes through a bunch of features that are currently in the current version of Yandere Simulator, and he's like, that came from Persona 3. just basically outs himself.
Oh my god, man!
He's like, there's a scene between each one where it shows what day it is and shows a picture of Yandere-chan and what she's thinking. Where did that come from? Persona.
You know what? I'm about to tie this whole podcast together with one game. I'm gonna tie in. It's not a game that has held up through time because it hasn't been long enough, but it will be. Tying in the porn, and I'm sure there's copyright infringement in it somewhere, and I can only be talking about Persona 4.
Oh.
Like, the protagonist, Yosuke porn, will make that game live on for eternity. I'm convinced of this.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Um.
or like Fire Emblem or Waifu Emblem. Any game with like a bunch of attractive female characters, just bound for it to
Yeah.
happen.
Any waifu simulator.
And you know,
Yeah.
it,
So,
I don't know if you guys knew this, but you ever heard of the Guilty Gear games, like the fighting games?
I think so.
Yeah.
All right, you know
Yeah.
the character Bridget?
No, I've just heard the
Yes.
name.
Okay, well, Bridget is a dude who dresses like a cute nun in a mini skirt. And the reason Bridget exists is because the original creator of Guilty Gear was so sick of seeing gay porn of the other two protagonists that he invented Bridget to catch everyone's eye so that they would make gay porn of Bridget and not his other characters. Yeah, like stop making porn of these people. I'll give you someone else, please.
It's like,
Wow.
oh man, it's like being chased by wolves. You can't outrun the wolves. You just gotta throw something to distract them instead.
And in this case, the wolves are gay porn artists.
Yes, and the person being chased
Can't
is a
catch
game
me,
dev.
gay thoughts.
That reminds me, like, one of the first pictures, that, like, totally off-topic thing, and then I actually have to go, but the first picture I ever remember seeing when I started going on 4chan was this guy who was holding up an envelope as he was running down the street, and he was like, oh boy, my first paycheck, and then it slightly zooms in on his face, and he's like, time to find out what dick tastes like. It was at that point that I realized exactly what I was getting into.
God damn it.
Man.
But, I am jumping ship.
All right, well, Deldris, thank you so much for coming.
Been fun all. Glad to have been talking about porn for the last 20-ish minutes.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say years, and it's like, well, that's my life.
Alright, well, good night, and dank memes.
Oh, good night.
Peace be with you.
Good night, sweet prince. Did you know that in
thank you,
Japan
guys,
they
for
apparently have killer holder downer sticks?
They have what?
Killer holder downer sticks.
What are holder
The hell
downers?
does that even mean?
They're like little hockey sticks that you place around that you hold down a murderer with.
So you just carry around a stick in case someone is being murderous?
Yeah.
That's dumb.
They're forked. You stick them around people's midsections.
Weird.
Oh yeah, the Japanese had a thing like that they used to. Yeah, they used to use that to catch, like, criminals or stuff. Like when they were chasing them down, you could pin people down, and I don't know. I guess they never came up with handcuffs or manacles, as the.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I'm listening to Yandere Dev talk right now. It feels like he's right behind me, breathing down my neck.
Hey there, Carbonic.
Yeah, just like that.
Ceiling Cat is watching you masturbate.
You want to hear a good thing about Persona? Oh. Anyways, basically, if you're gonna steal from a game, steal your ideas from a game, steal it from a game that people don't know about, like I did.
Yeah. Oh god.
Definitely.
I am way under leveled for this. Carb, you're the only one doing damage to this boss.
Damn straight.
Well, that's because Robin missed with her nunchucks. Like, I just did 12 damage. Okay.
Man.
Woo! I killed an innocent woman. There we go.
How long have we been running for? We've been running for an hour and 21 minutes.
Well, according to my clock, it's just at about 2 hours. So if you guys want to wrap it up, we can.
So yeah, Bradley, I'm very excited to hear about your game Glitched and see where it goes in the next few months. With that successful Kickstarter going, I think that's really going to go great for you, and I have loved this interview.
Yes, that's my game. What was it called again?
Glitched.
Yeah, Glitch. That's the one. Yep, I'm so proud of working on Glitched.
Yeah.
I just work it and 100%, and it's gonna be good.
Yay!
What kind of game was it?
It's an RPG.
It is in. I forgot to say.
I
it's an
actually
RPG.
watched the one where you interviewed the guy, so I know a bit about it. But
All right. Perfect. Okay. So real quick in the chat, do you guys have any questions for us before we get the hell out of here for the night?
Yeah, we'll answer questions if you got any.
Yeah, we have 8 watching now, so we may as well field something from them.
We're gonna have to wait a bit for the lag to catch up with us, though.
That's right.
So basically, Cody, since I haven't listened to one of these podcasts in a while either, how did your secondary thing go with the glitch devs?
Oh, it went great, actually. So Red Mage was on. He filled in last minute, and basically, I handled, like, I gave him, like, all the stock questions, like, the way you and I did it. I gave him the stock questions, and then I just did all the follow-up. So I would ask all the really dumb, silly stuff after Red Mage asked the proper questions. Okay. So, all right.
What's the hardest thing about making an RPG Maker game? I would say it's dealing with motivation, really.
Yeah. Like, you have to keep throwing yourself at it.
And I think the secondary thing would be definitely dealing with the limitations that come with RPG Maker.
Yeah. Okay. From Chidanga, are traps gay? Everyone is gay for Bridget. So.
Oh my god.
So if traps are gay, then everybody's gay. And then best girl. Who's best girl, guys?
Wait, who asked that? Oh, who's
Dev
best
said
girl? Dev asked that. Millie. Millie is best girl.
Millie from what show?
Dashboard.
Oh, of course.
No, I'm none of my girls are best girl. Let me think.
Congratulations, Chidanga. You're out of the closet. Way to go.
Yeah. Oh, I got a question for you guys. Yandere or tsundere, which is
Tsundere.
better?
No question.
Ganduri.
Because I say Tsundere because I grew up with the Pokemon cartoon and Misty, and that's my thing. And then, like, there's been a bunch of other anime I've watched, like the Tsundere girl is my thing. Half the time she's voiced by Leia Clark. I don't know why. That just happened.
Yeah. People in the chat, what would you guys rather? What do you guys think is better, a tsundere or a yandere?
I like the Danduri.
Is that where they have a bunch of dander? They have a bunch of.
No, they're the ones where like they're like ultra shy and quiet.
Got Leifile, thank you for actual questions. Robin, go jump off a bridge. One piece.
Like just learn your lesson.
Leifile, what is one piece of advice you have for an upstart dev in RPG Maker?
Start small.
Yeah, don't start with your dream project. Was actually what I was gonna say. Work on something you can complete, and something that you think you'll have fun with, and I guess a second one is never lose hope.
Never lose hope. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah, because the second you give up hope, you give up your motivation, and motivation is literally the fuel that gets you across the finish line.
Yeah. So
I mean, I'm not an RPG dev, but I am an RPG maker player.
Yeah.
So I can say my favorite of those devs is Nami, and her first game was actually fairly small with some fairly basic stuff to it, other than making her own sprites. Like, it had no battles. It was pure story, which was her intention. But, like, it still holds up because it was just a small bite into the story that she wanted to tell. And she's since made 3 more games, each one getting bigger than the last. as she, gets more familiar with things and has more feedback as to, what to do with it. And I think that would be a good place to look for inspiration.
Yeah.
A last piece of advice. I know you asked for one piece of advice, so sorry, we're kind of going over. I would say have not a hero, but have someone that you kind of look up to who's made RPG Maker games before, and kind of like have someone you're inspired by. It's a weird thing to say, but it's good to have like an inspiration. Like
a hero?
Yeah, kinda. But don't meet them. Never meet your hero, because they're never as cool as you think.
I really like Johnny Young Bosch. I've met him twice at 2 different anime conventions, and I think what worked is the first time I met him in like 2010, 2011, I was too dumb to ask him a proper question, so I still like him. And then when I met him at SakuraCon this year signing stuff, he was so busy and tired, I didn't have time. Like, there was nothing to degrade my opinion of him, so that worked out. I wish I had more time to spend with him, but yeah, that's how it is.
Okay, so Neo Soul Gamer asks the question, so the beta of my game was played recently, and I received some really good feedback. If a dev is sitting on a good product, what are some ways they can gain more exposure? I would suggest going to something like Tumblr or Twitter if you're looking for exposure, and 4chan if you're looking for feedback.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Basically, in 4chan, if you check out places like VG, not V, don't go to V. If you can find a lot of places for good, honest, and pretty harsh feedback for your stuff. And if you're looking to make fans who will buy your stuff and be into your stuff, look to places like Tumblr and Twitter.
Yeah. This came up in both times we interviewed Glitched, and if you're looking to launch a game, I would recommend watching both interviews because they've got it down pat. The quote
They're very good at it.
Yeah, the quote they keep coming back to is, "The best time to plant a tree is 20 years ago. The second best time to plant a tree is right now." Especially if you have a completed beta/demo and art assets that you can use as pretty pictures to gain followers. Like, that's huge.
Yeah. Get into the habit of posting every day. It can be an update. People really like it if you post images on Tumblr of like how things are going. And it's really easy to build up a quick fan base if you're doing that. Also, make friends. Make friends with other devs who will like promote your stuff and push your stuff forward.
Yeah, like making connections is super important. And hey, if you ever get it more complete, come on the podcast.
We're always open to more guests. We are not judgmental people.
Yeah.
Except of Yandere Dev. Fuck that guy.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
God damn it. Let's
burning
see.
bridges.
Also,
burning bridges shore to shore.
Let's see. I asked a question in the general a few days ago, sparked a little argument about whether it's necessary to fully learn how to code or just take some specific RPG Maker MV tutorials.
I wouldn't learn how to. I wouldn't learn how to code for RPG Maker.
Yeah.
I'd say if you're gonna put in the time it takes to learn a coding language, you're probably better off kind of moving into something like Unity or Unreal.
So if they're gonna take the time to learn JavaScript, they may as well use it for something other than RPG Maker.
Yeah.
Okay, that's fair.
What do you guys say though?
One other thing is, I would promote go find some YouTubers that play games similar to your game, and say, hey, would you play my game? And depending on the size and scope of your game, you look for a similar scope of YouTuber, and if you've got people that are interested in your game, that means that you're bringing people to them, which is what they need. So it's a good mutual relation right there.
Yeah. That leads into Layflay's question. How effective would you say Let's Players are for your projects? Like from a pure business standpoint, from a number standpoint, it's hard to tell, but anyone who Let's Plays a game I put out, I will appreciate the fuck out of them for life. And I think that goes with everyone who's ever made a game, because if someone takes the time to Let's Play it and give it a once-over, you've made a friend. And Zizu, who made Tuma Friends, he posted on the rpgmg Discord recently, because someone Let's Played his game, and he was excited as fuck about it, and I would be too. Like, even if that Let's Player doesn't have a lot of exposure, the point is someone played the game, and they're, you can just be totally jazzed about that. I think that a Let's Play on its own is free publicity for your game, because you can show it to other people like, see, look, if you don't have time to play my game, you can still watch the Let's Play and see how much fun they're having, and then maybe I can convince you to play the game.
Yeah, Robin actually asked, or I'll just add a tiny bit onto that before I go to Robin's question. Even if they're a small Let's Player, and this is going to sound stupid and it isn't really related to business, but just watching someone play through your game and enjoying it is a very good feeling. So there's that, too.
Yeah, and it's one more free bug tester.
Yeah.
True.
Now, Robin actually asked, if you had to give yourself a deadline for your first project, what are your thoughts on how to do that? I would say never tell the public what your first deadline is.
Oh, yeah.
No.
You'll always overstep it.
Yeah.
I think deadlines, if you're just starting a project, it really is just for your own motivation, because your first deadline will never be your last deadline.
Yeah, like, if you absolutely have to have a deadline for your first project, make it a weekend. Like, you have a weekend, you know this is the free time that you've got, and if you go over, you're gonna eat into other things that you had planned. So give yourself a weekend to be like, hey, I'm gonna try this. Or if you want to, you can do something like a game jam. Like the Dream Diary jam is gonna run for 4 weeks, but there are shorter game jams, like a week or 2 weeks or what have you. And then Dev Aesthetic is talking about Mother 4 and the way their deadline keeps getting pushed back. But we want the game to be perfect!
Well, didn't they decide, it's not going to be Mother 4 now we're going to sell it because we want money?
Yeah, you put that much time and effort into a game, like, someone's going to start asking for money.
So that kind of happened with, what was that? It was the, My Little Pony fighting game. Which was actually really, from what I saw, was a pretty solid game. Hasbro was like, nope.
Yeah, no.
I mean,
fighting doesn't promote friendship.
Hasbro takes down things faster than Nintendo, and Nintendo takes down things really fast. Did you see how fast they responded to another Metroid 2 remake?
Yeah.
It was like within 4 hours of it being released, it was gone.
Yep.
And I still have it on my desktop, and it is really good. Yeah, so I think that's the end of the questions. Any last questions just before we go?
Yeah, we're gonna take a second here. Also, see that new Ico. Oh, there's a new Ico game. I'm assuming the deadline on that must be getting. Oh, probably Last Guardian.
No, I think he's talking about Last Guardian, like as in how it was supposed to come out in like 2006.
They haven't taken down Pokemon Clover. Well, Pokemon Clover hasn't been officially released. Like, Uranium got a huge following, and then it imploded because Nintendo, probably. So, once Clover leaves 4chan, I can almost guarantee Nintendo will jump on it.
Yeah. Have any of you guys played Clover?
Nuh-uh.
It's a solid Pokemon game, despite how memey it is. The battle music is a MIDI version of a David Sandstorm, though. So. Or that's the gym leader battle. Anyways, I think that's the end of the question, so I think we should wrap it up here.
All right, perfect. Well, this was a moderate success. We didn't spill our spaghetti on live stream, even though it took.
Oh yeah, we did. What are you talking
Hands
about?
are sweaty.
His palm spaghetti, knees weak, palm spaghetti. There's vomit on his sweater spaghetti, palm spaghetti. He's nervous.
Oh wow, you said we hadn't spilled our spaghetti, but you just did it.
You can blame Deldris for that one. He showed me a video. All right. Well, thank you all for tuning into this live RPG Maker General podcast. Maybe we'll do another one. We'll see what happens. This is Cody. Catch y'all next time.
Later.
Hey, oh sorry, go.
Oh no, I got nothing. Watch my YouTube.
Yeah, go check out Bradley. And hey, this is Carbonic signing off. And if you ever wanted to know where we got the idea for an RPG Maker podcast, it came from Persona.